Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We're discussing the narration in which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke about fasting being a protective shield. And then there were 6 points about what we need to take care of or how we need to function whilst fasting. So the 6th point is that after fasting, one should always have some anxiety as to whether one's fast has been accepted by Allah or not. This should be the case with all forms of ibadah. One never knows whether some important part may have been left out, of which no notice was taken. One should always fear that Allah may reject one's deeds. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Many reciters of the Quran are being cursed by the Quran." He also said, "On the day of Qiyamah, one of those with whom Allah shall reckon first shall be a shaheed, a martyr. Allah shall call him and remind him of all of his favors, which he shall admit. He shall then be asked, 'What have you done by way of expressing gratitude for these favors?' The shaheed shall reply, 'I fought in your cause that I became a shaheed.' Allah shall reply, 'It is not so. You fought so that you can be called a brave man.' And so it has been said. Thereafter, it should be commanded that he be dragged face on the ground and cast into Jahannam. Thereafter, an alim, a scholar, shall be called. He too shall be reminded of Allah's favors and asked the same question. He shall reply, 'O Lord, I sought to acquire knowledge, taught others, and for your sake recited the Quran.' Allah shall say, 'This is not true. You did all that merely so that it may be said that you are learned, and so it has been said.' Then it shall be commanded that he too be dragged face on the ground and cast into Jahannam. Thereafter, a rich man shall be called. After being reminded of Allah's favors and admitting them, in reply to Allah's question as to what he did to express his gratitude, he shall reply, 'There was no worthy cause wherein I did not spend in charity for your sake.' Allah's reply shall be, 'Not true. You did all that so that it may be said that you are very generous.' And so it has been said. Then it shall be commanded that he too be dragged face on the ground and cast into Jahannam. Many such incidents are related in Ahadith. So a fasting person should not only be sincere, but also hope that Allah will accept it. These above mentioned 6 things are compulsory for all truly righteous persons. As for the exceptionally pious one, a 7th point is added. That is, during fasting, the heart should not be turned towards anyone except Allah. So much so that during the course of the fast, there shall be no worry as to whether there is something to eat for iftar or not. Some shuyukh even considered it a fault to think about food for iftar, or that one should endeavor to acquire something because it shows lack of faith in Allah's promise of being responsible for the granting of rizq, sustenance. In the commentary of Ihya al-Muddin, the author goes on as far as to relate that should something for iftar arrive from somewhere before the time of iftar, the mashayikh will give it to someone else, for fear that for the rest of the day, the heart may be distracted. The heart may be distracted from Allah by keeping it. This can, of course, only be carried out by the exceptionally pious ones. We cannot even imagine having such strong faith. Should we try to follow without it, we may destroy ourselves. The Quran commands, fasting has been prescribed for you. The commentators of the Quran say that from this verse, it is deduced that fasting is made compulsory for every part of the body. Thus, fasting of the tongue means to avoid falsehood, etc. Fasting of the ears means not listening to falsehood, etc. Fasting of the ears means not listening to evil. Fasting of the eyes means not to look at any form of evil and sin. Similarly, fasting of the self means to be free from all carnal desires. Fasting of the heart means casting out from it the love of the worldly things. Fasting of the mind means avoiding thoughts about anything other than Allah. May Allah Ta'ala make us make our fast like this. That we not only just stay away from eating and drinking and having intimacy, but in reality our eyes, our ears, our bodily organs, our heart, all of these things have a fast, that we stay away from sin. The important thing is stay away from sin. Because if a person is doing good actions, but then at the same time sinning, is that you have the AC on and the windows roll down. What happens? The cold air is coming, but it's not going to benefit because all of that is going to escape. So for it to truly benefit, you have to close the windows and on the AC. So similarly, we close the door to sin, do good actions, and inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless us with a really good and a proper fast. May Allah Ta'ala grant us understanding. SubhanAllah, this one,